Concise history of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Chapter 3.6, Persecution of early converts to Islam. Some examples are as follows. Number 1, when Ammar bin Yasir, his father and his mother Sumayya radhiyallahu anha, embraced Islam, they were extremely tortured. They were from Yemen. There was no one here in Makkah from their tribe to help them. They were made to lie on the burning sand and were beaten severely. The Prophet ﷺ always comforted them, saying, Ammar is filled up with Iman from tip to toe. O family of Yasser, be patient. Your abode is paradise. Yasser radhiyallahu anhu could not bear these atrocities and passed away. Abu Jahal hit Sumayya's private parts with a spear and she died with this. She had the honor to be the first martyr in the path of Islam. Ammar was forced to curse the Prophet during the torture inflicted upon him. One time he obeyed the disbelievers. Then he went to the Prophet ﷺ while crying with extreme sadness. Allah sent down a verse for it in Surah An-Nahl, verse 106. Whoever disbelieved in Allah after his belief, except who is forced into it, but his heart is fully satisfied with faith. The warning of reversion is to disbelief does not apply to this person. However, those who disbelieve wholeheartedly, on them is the wrath of Allah, and there will be great torment for them. Bilal was slave of Umayyah bin Khalf. He was made to lay down on extremely hot pebbles, and then a heavy rock was placed on top of him. Therefore, he could not even turn aside. In spite of this torture, he recited loudly, God is one. God is one. He used to receive severe beating from his master. Sometimes a rope was put around his neck and the boys dragged him in the street. Abu Bakr radhiyallahu anhu purchased him and then freed him. Khabab bin Urth radhiyallahu anhu was the slave of Nammar. He was slave of Anmar. She used to put red hot piece of iron on his back or on his head. One time the disbelievers made him lie down on hot fire and made a person stand on his chest. The fat of the back of Khabab melted and it put down the fire. A paternal uncle of Usman bin Affan used to wrap Usman in a mat of palm leaves. Then he used to choke him with smoke. Musab bin Umair belonged to a rich family. When he embraced Islam, his mother stopped his daily meals and kicked him out of her home. The torture on him damaged his skin and his appearance. Abu Faqiha was slave of Safwan bin Umayyah. His given name was Aflah. Like Bilal, He was also dragged on hot sand with the rope tied to his feet by his master. Abu Bakr Dilano bought him and set him free. When Zunaira accepted Islam, Abu Jahl and Umar bin Khattab used to take turns to torture her. She lost her eye. Disbelievers said it is due to curse on their God. It is due to the curse of their gods on her. Next day, by grace of Allah, her eye was recovered and healed. Then the disbelievers said it is due to the magic of Muhammad. Abu Bakr radhiyallahu bought her and set her free. Nahdiya and Umas were also female slaves who converted to Islam. Their masters tortured them. Their masters tortured them also for accepting Islam. Abu Bakr Dilano bought them and freed them. Abdullah bin Mas'ud was a young Muslim. One day, the Prophet ﷺ asked the companions who would like to go to Kaaba and recite Surah Ar-Rahman. Abdullah bin Mas'ud volunteered himself and he recited this surah near Kaaba. The disbelievers injured him severely, but he completed the recitation of this surah. He repeated this activity next day again and was beaten and injured again. When Abu Zar radhiyallahu anhu announced his acceptance of Islam in Masjid al-Haram, the disbelievers started beating him severely. Abbas told them, Abu Zar belongs to the Ghafar tribe, which are on their trade route. On hearing this, they stopped beating him. He was a very bold person. Same thing was repeated next day. Lubina was a female slave and she embraced Islam. Umar bin Khattab, before his conversion to Islam, tortured her. Whenever he paused torturing her, he said, I did not stop beating you out of pity. I stopped because I am exhausted. Abu Bakr bought her and set her free. Since Abu Bakr radhiyallahu anhu bought and freed many slaves, Allah mentioned about it in Quran, in Surah Al-Layl, verses 17 to 21. And the pious person will be kept far away from it, who gives his wealth to purify himself from sins, and he does not spend to return the favor done to him by others, except to seek the sole pleasure of his Creator, the Most High. And he will surely be pleased soon when he will be admitted to paradise, inshallah. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم.